You are about to get your biggest breakthrough for 2025. In this video, I'm going to share with you some revelation that I received last night that I know will unlock some things in your life starting today, because they've already started to shift everything in my life right now. And so with that being said, please do me a huge favor, watch this video all the way to the end. I'm going to have a lot of excitement, a lot of conviction in this video, because I believe that I have found everything that I need to move my life forward. And I believe as I share this with you, these are going to unlock some things in your life as well. And so with that being said, let me jump right into it. So the first thing that God allowed me to see last night, I was sitting at my wife's family's home. We're playing a game called Spades. Maybe you played Spades before, but it's a game of strategy. And one of the things about this strategic game is, number one, is that everything in life to me is like a game of spades, right? Like everything that we do is as easy as playing a game. When you sit down to play the game, the purpose of you sitting down to play the game is to win. And many of us, we don't play life that way. We don't pursue life that way. We are so worried, so stressed out about how is God going to do this thing, when God literally spoke and said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God literally just says a word. He says a thing. It's so effortless for God to do a thing. Like all he has to do is speak it and it comes to pass. And one of the things that happens with us is that we forget that we were made in the image and likeness of God. And so when we're going through a challenging situation, instead of us remembering that life is just as easy as what God has designed it to be, that we could declare and decree a thing and then our situation can start to change. A lot of us don't believe it's that simple. We've been told that we have to strive and that we have to work 40, 50, 60, 80 hours a week to make things happen, when that's not how God operates. God says a thing, he knows it's going to come to pass because he can see the beginning from the end, and then the thing happens, right? And so like, just like this with the game of spades, when I sat down, one of the first things that happened to me is, when I sit down, I believe that I'm going to win every hand. Like that's my belief. But I don't have that same belief when it comes to business all the time. I don't always have that same belief when it comes to other things in life. And what God wanted me to see and what God wanted me to share with you, it's the same thing. So whatever your favorite game is that you like to play, when you sit down to play it, you think that you're going to win, right? And it's like, because you have spent time practicing that thing, you have spent time pursuing that thing, that it becomes effortless. And so there is a game that God has placed on the inside of you. There's something that comes to you naturally. There's something that comes to you effortlessly. That's something that you just do so off the top of your head, right? So it comes so naturally to you that you are discounting that thing, and that's the very thing that God wants to use right now for your breakthrough. And so for me, one of the things that I use is communication. Like a lot of people would find it very difficult to come on camera, to come on YouTube, to come on TikTok, to come on social media and share a simple idea. But I love to talk. God placed that on the inside of me. He placed that desire. He placed that willingness to do a certain thing that comes effortless to me, that's not effortless to other people. And so that's the first place that you need to start to examine. Like, what do you do so naturally, so casually, that other people have to struggle and other people strive to do, that it takes so much amount of effort for them to do that you do easily? That's one of the things that you should be leaning on in this season, is that thing. Okay. Another thing that happens in the game of spades is that who you decide to partner with, who you decide to sit across from, is going to heavily affect the outcome, right? Because in this game, you're going to have a certain amount of cards. Your partner is going to have a certain amount of cards. And there has to become a level of trust that you have to depend on your partner, that you're not going to try to make everything happen yourself. When you try to make everything happen yourself, a lot of times you will end up clashing with your partner and you will put yourself out of the game. And the same thing that happens with life is like, a lot of times in our walk with God, we forget that he is there to provide. We forget that he is there to lead us. He's there to guide us. And instead of praying about and asking God directly, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing today? What is it that I need to do to take myself to the next level? What is it that I need to do today to have breakthrough? We try to figure it out on our own. We try to get it done. We work 80 hours. We work 90 hours. We have no rest. Our mind is completely occupied. We're so worried. We're so anxious. We don't rest. We don't sleep because we're trying to get it done in our strength and not realizing that, again, Jesus came to lighten that burden, to take on the burden, to make our life easy, to make it like a game. And we are not doing that. Most of us are not doing that. Most of us can't say that how effortlessly you play a game is how effortlessly that you live life, right? One of the things that God promised us, we had a word here we shared, I believe in April, is that this would be a season of sweatless victories. And I believe that once you unlock that, there is something inside of you that you just do so naturally, so effortlessly, so casually, that many of us, including myself, like the biggest thing that I'm hung up on is that, God, it can't be this easy. Like our limiting beliefs are limiting our breakthrough. I don't know who needs to hear that. Please write that in the chat. Your limiting beliefs are limiting your breakthrough. You believe that it can't be this easy. It can't be as easy as me just pulling out a phone and recording a message and thousands of people watch it and the thousands of people are moved and thousands of people, their beliefs are changed, right? It can't be that easy, right? Like we've been told by the world that we need to hustle, that we need to grind, that we need to, do all these things 24/7. And that's not how God operates. We need to follow the pattern. We need to begin to trust in his principles. We need to begin to trust in his word. And we need to start to believe in ourselves. Again, every time I sit down at the table and I'm playing spades with my family, I know that I'm going to win. I have a belief that I'm going to win. But you need to apply that same principle, and I need to apply that same principle to life. There's so many things that God has already told you to do. There's so many instructions that God has already told you to do. God has told you to build that business. God has told you to write the book. God has told you to call the people. That God has told you to apply for the loan. God has told you to do all these specific things, and you still won't do it because you believe it won't work out. And that's the reason why it's not working out. Is like you have no belief. And sometimes, again, we put these barriers or these thought processes on like certain things are harder than others when everything is easy to God. Like God, there's nothing that God has to struggle with. And the same thing that happens with us, that we were made in the image and likeness of God. And when we hit in alignment, when we get into that groove of God, there are things that are just going to come so natural. It's not going to be a struggle anymore. Now, of course, there are going to be tests, there are going to be trials, there are going to be things that are not comfortable or not easy, but also at the same time, there's going to be a flow, there's going to be a consistency, a persistency when you are in the flow of God, when you are in the promised land, that things are just going to flow easily. It's going to be like a current, it's going to be like a wave, that if you just ride what God tells you to ride, everything's going to work out for you. The last thing that I want to share with you about breakthrough is that a lot of times the one specific thing that you need to even have clarity, to have vision, to have what is the next step for you, is sometimes there are things that God has locked on the inside of you that you will never be able to see on your own. And it's going to take the counsel of other people to share what they are seeing about you, to help you to unlock what it is, and to put language to what it is that you effortlessly do, that you naturally do, that God has given you as a vehicle of acceleration, something that can propel your life forward and more forward than what it is right now. And so last night when I was playing the game, I was talking to my wife, her mother, and my wife's grandmother, and they were commending me. We're talking about how all of us play different styles and all of us play differently. But one of the things that they said is like, Ryan, you push us. You push us. Like when we're playing with you or we're playing against us, you push us. And so there's something that you do uniquely, again, in a game situation that you do in real life. Like, this is the reason why people come to you. This is the reason why people are around you. And when you are able to put language to that, then you can start to build businesses, you can start to build systems, you can start to build your life around what God has placed on the inside of you. And so everything that you start doing from here comes from a place of becoming alignment with what is your greatest strength. So if, again, for myself, if you know that you push people, then you should be in a lane where you get to push people all day, right? And so this video right now is designed as a push. This is your push to begin to recognize what God has placed on the inside of you. Like I said, most oftentimes it takes someone else to be able to see what's on the inside of you to unlock that for you. And so if you made it this far in this video, again, I pray that all of these points have helped you. Now, you can end this video right here, but what I do want to do is I want to do an exclusive call out for those of you guys who want a second set of eyes. You want someone to sit down with you to help you to recognize what's on the inside of you that God wants you to bring out to the forefront in this season. And I want to be that person for you. It's almost impossible for me to sit down with somebody intimately for 60 minutes and not being able to audibly hear their limitations, audibly be able to hear what the constraints that they have mentally, spiritually, emotionally, logically in their mind in 60 minutes. And so what I'm going to be offering for you guys right now is a 60-minute clarity session where I help you to begin to recognize what's on the inside of you that God wants to bring out to the forefront in this season. And so there's going to be a link to our next level breakthrough session under this video. I would encourage as many of you who are watching this video to take action on that right now, to make the small investment in yourself right now, to understand what God wants to bring out and allow you to be your vehicle of breakthrough in this season. Yes, there's an investment to it. However, at the same time, what you're going to receive on the other end is going to be priceless. It's literally going to change your life. And I'm confident, again, I am so confident in what God wants me to do right now. This is going to be the thing that I focus on more, is helping people, pushing people, pushing them to the next level as I push myself. And so doing this video right now, it's a push. There's a lot of things that I'm going through right now. And I know that as I push myself, I can even push you better. And so with that being said, I pray that you begin to start to see life as simple as a game. It's easy. God has already done the work. He's told you it was done and that it was finished from the beginning. And so what we must learn how to do is understand that this is a game. Treat it like a game that you've been playing. Understand, call your shot just like you do in a game. You believe that you're going to win every time. Understand that if God has said it, then you can take that to the bank. You can believe and understand that the game has already been won. The victory is already in your possession. And now if you want more clarity on how to unlock that, you want more clarity on what that thing is for you, then let's talk together and let's see you have breakthrough in the next 30 days. With that being said, God bless you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.